And Intuitive did a really good job, and they went for the boom style robot, whereas Computer Motion at the same time went for an open screen and the modular robot, which was actually bed
Really?
mounted. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I
a
know
computer.
nothing about this company. Did it
Oh,
I'm
right. So
assuming it failed, yeah.
yeah, well, no, it didn't fail. It got bought by, it sort of got merged with Intuitive. So
Oh,
yeah, so Yulin Wang is Yulin Wang's company, and Computer Motion actually is the first bed mounted robot, and it was bed mounted. It was called Zeus, and
okay.
it was an open console, and they actually did the first telesurgery, which was the Lindbergh procedure, which was Jack Moresco who did that just before 9/11. And they both went for the two different concepts, and what happened is they ended up in some kind of big legal fight, and then they ended up sort of merging, and the Computer Motion side of it got canned. That's
Yeah,
why I still believe that Intuitive is going to one day come out with a bed mounted ASC robot, because
yeah,
they know that. So they've built internally, because it was from a project, a research project that was built, and they built it internally. If you look at other companies, you have to look at what their motives are. So, a
mhm,
J&J or a Medtronic, they sort of poo-pooed and laughed at the robots a little bit when they first came out. Who's ever going to use a cardiac robot, which is what Intuitive was,
yep,
for a general surgery purpose? Who's ever going to do that? Who's mad enough to ever use it for that? And then what happened is Intuitive failed in cardiac. They couldn't make a business out of it. It worked technically, but it failed as a product. And they were very lucky that a urologist used it for the prostate, and the rest, as they say, is history.
mhm,
But as it was doing prostates, neither Medtronic or J&J are really that bothered about urologists. They don't do a lot with urologists, maybe for some different neobladder reconstruction and things like that, but not a lot. So as long as they were staying with the urologists, it wasn't affecting their business. Then step forward to the XI, which was really designed for general surgery, and it hit their general surgery, so gynecology, general surgery, things what they do care about, where there's energy and stapling. So their motives were, how do we as rapidly as possible do something? And Medtronics was not an internal development. It was
okay,
actually, so they went to Germany, they went to DLR, which was part of the aerospace robotics, and they did a deal with DLR there for a system, which again was a bed mounted system. You can go and see the old
interesting.
DLR. Yeah, you can go and see the old DLR robot. And that got taken in with an internal program, and then it morphed into Hugo, what it became Hugo.